guys, it's Sarah, and I am here today to do a review for my #1 most anticipated book that is being released this year, and that is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This book came out January 31st, so it is obviously available to purchase, so I will leave the Amazon link down below if you guys want to check this book out at all. This book is a YA, kind of a fantasy magical realism type of book. It is in a made-up world, and it has very real, like, there's not people with abilities or anything like that, but there is magic in here, but it is condensed only to the Caraval, kind of like a magic show, if you will. So this book follows Scarlett and Donatella, who are sisters. Their father is the governor of their land, and he is a very evil person. He is very abusive to them both emotionally and physically. Now, these girls grow up really wanting to attend this magic show that is called Caraval. And basically what it is it's like a traveling show. So it's something that you can attend, I think it's once a year, and it's in different locations. Now, Scarlett had spent years and years writing letters to the creator of Caraval. His name is Legend, and he's very mysterious. No one knows who he is. But she has been writing letters to him wanting to get tickets to the show, and just, you know, it's her one wish in life, and, you know, just kind of almost shamelessly begging for him to, you know, make sure they can get tickets so that her and her sister can go to the show. And one day he responds and he sends tickets. So what happens is the girls end up sneaking away from their father, and they travel to go see this show. They get some help from a very handsome sailor named Julian. And upon arriving, they realize that when you get there, you are either a participant or you are a spectator. So you're either participating in this show, which is always revolved around some sort of mystery that is to be solved, or you can just be an observer and watch and just, you know, watch it all unfold. But if you're a participant, like, you're all in. You're a part of it. Things are going to happen to you. Things are going to happen to the people you love, and you have to be prepared for that. Now, the catch to Caraval is that there is so much magic that it's hard to know what's real and what isn't. You don't know who is a performer in this show. You don't know who's an ally in this show and who's a fellow participant. You just really have to try to figure out exactly what's real and what isn't, because it's very known that this type of show and this type of magic, if you let yourself get caught up in it too much, it can actually drive you to madness. So Scarlett ends up finding out that she and her sister are very much a part of this show, a lot more than she thought it was going to be, and she finds herself really racing against the clock to try to save the people that she loves. I loved this, you guys. The writing was so atmospheric, and I could just, as I'm reading it, I could easily picture everything just unfolding in my head, and it almost felt like this could be a Tim Burton movie. Just like the way things were appearing and changing, you know, her clothes changed a lot, and it was just magic. Like, she didn't have any control over it, and I could just picture her dresses changing, and the whole time I was like, please make this into a movie, Tim Burton, please. But it was just, her writing was so descriptive, and I had no problem whatsoever picturing this in my head, and it felt like it was a movie going through my head. There were so many twists and turns in here. You don't know what's real and what's magic. You don't know who's who. You don't know who to trust, who not to trust. And you end up just like questioning everything and everyone in this book. Things were just changing all the time, and you really, literally, the characters did not know what was going on, and neither do you. It's not one of those things where you know what's going on, but the characters don't, and you're yelling at them. No, I had no clue either. So it really kept me on the edge of my seat as far as that kind of stuff goes. And I just thought it was incredibly creative. It was incredibly magical. The ending left an opening for a #2, and I really, really hope we're going to get that #2, because I would pick it up in a heartbeat, and the story can definitely continue. So I hope it does. Oh, yes, I love this. Again, this was my most anticipated book this year. This was the #1 book that I was most excited to read. so happy I did, and it 100% lived up to my expectations, and I gave it hands down 5 stars. I would give it 50 stars if I could, but it was completely magical, and I really, really, really loved it. Now, this is young adult, so it's not like super duper complex and, all that stuff, geared toward adults. So it is a little bit more on the simple side as far as that kind of stuff goes, but I didn't mind it, and I absolutely loved it. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I would definitely go ahead and check it out. It has been compared to The Night Circus, which is another one of my favorite books. It has been probably 6 years since I read that book, though, so I want to actually reread it before the movie comes out. I think they're still in production mode of that movie. I don't even think it's been cast yet, but as far as I know, the movie for The Night Circus is still ongoing. So I do need to reread that to make a good comparison, but regardless, this was just so fantastic, and I absolutely loved it, and I will definitely be looking more for Stephanie Garber coming up here when she writes some more, and I really hope she does. That's it for me. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will leave a link to this book down below if you guys want to check it out. I hope you do. I'm going to leave 2 links. I'm going to leave a link for this one. This is the American hardback edition. There is also a UK edition, which is a paperback, and the cover's different if you want to check both of those out. But they're both beautiful. This is a very stunning book. And there's also actually... apparently there are different stamps on the hardcovers of these books. I have a blue teardrop, but I have also actually seen like a circus tent, I think, like stamped on here instead of the teardrop. So I think you kind of get like a little mystery on that when you purchase whatever, when you purchase the hardback, you don't know what you're going to get when you do that. So I think that's kind of cool. But all right. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I hope you guys will read it and love it too. If you have read this and you loved it as well, please let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.